Hi Gemini, welcome to my channel. This is going to be your general love reading from August 18th through the 31st. Please like and share and subscribe, and the comments are wonderful. I love the emails. Thank you so much for those who have ordered personal readings from me. I truly appreciate the outpouring of love that is coming. It just makes this feel really like it's serving its purpose. So thank you so much. If this doesn't resonate with you, please keep in mind this is a general reading, so there's just no way that everything is going to resonate with everyone in every part of the reading, and there's no way that it can even resonate by itself to everyone, you know, so please just keep in mind that it's general and take from it what applies to you or what you can use, and then leave the rest of it. It's not meant for you then, if it's not resonating. But, you're able to check your moon and rising sign, and then also your Venus sign and the other person's Mars sign. That'll give you a little bit more roundabout picture so that you can kind of get a good idea of what's going on. And if you'd like a personal reading from me, in the description box below you can see my email and I don't know, I'm pointing at it I think, but you can see my email address and then the prices. And if you just have a quick question for me, you're welcome to shoot me an email too. I try to get back to everybody as quickly as I can. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and jump into this for you. The first card that I pulled for you is the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is kind of a defensive energy, or standing up for something, standing up for what's right kind of energy. For some of you, could be dealing with a double standard lately, and maybe you feel like you need to stand your ground because there is a double standard. Or that could be you or the other person feels that way. But it's also kind of a protective energy too, so there could be kind of a feeling of needing to protect someone. Or perhaps that you think you know best for them, maybe. But it's you know, the intention behind it is good. And then the next card that I have for you is the Eight of Pentacles. And this Eight of Pentacles to me is a very slow, methodical type of energy that's focused on a long-term, big picture goal, and not so much worried about the now stuff. So this person's not in a hurry. And it could be that they're defending their right. Maybe it's even that they're really focused on work. And it could be that they are defending the fact that they work, or they're rebelling against maybe you wanting them to do something or them wanting you to do something. It could be vice versa. And you could be dealing with a fire sign or an earth sign. But I feel like these are opposing kind of energies, because the Seven of Wands are fast energy, fire is a fast energy, and he's defensive, but he's also ready to, he's ready to go. Whereas the Eight of Pentacles is a much slower and more methodical energy, so I feel like it's kind of like they're just opposing in their urgency, in the sense of urgency. They have differences in the sense of urgency on something. And that transfers to me also as there may be a difference in opinion on what's a big deal and what's not a big deal. And so there could be clashing happening because of that. Because then the next card that I have for you is the Queen of Swords. So this is definitely your energy. It's an air energy, so you're in your element, and I feel like you're feeling very strong about something. And it could also be a little bit of, it's like extreme self-assured. It's not so much arrogant like the Knight necessarily. I feel like it's a little bit more, I feel like it's a little bit softer, but I feel like it's still kind of that same energy of being a little arrogant maybe, but not. I mean, the Queen's not an arrogant sense, but it's being very self-assured. And so I feel like this is you in your element of kind of knowing what needs to happen now. It may become apparent from this, whatever this conflict is, or the clashing of personalities about urgency, that something needs to happen. And then the next card that I have for you is the High Priestess. This is also your energy to me But the High Priestess is one who kind of knew all along. There was some part of her that was just aware all along that there was something off. But she's also one who recognizes things that are above just the emotional and the logical. She's above that. She's at the spiritual level, so she understands things on a larger scale and a bigger picture. And so it could be that you're coming to a recognition of something in the big picture that's not fitting with this clash right here, or that needs to be worked on. And I feel like the Queen of Swords and then this High Priestess is as an elevation in understanding. It could be pretty quick. There's an elevation in understanding that's going on. And I feel like that when the High Priestess energy comes in, whoever that person is that it hits, they become chill. Because they understand it on a higher level at that point, so there's no reason for them to get all worked up, because they're not looking at it as this. It's almost like looking down at the earth. If you can see the entire earth, then you're taking that all in, then that's huge. But to be down on the earth, dealing with just two people, that's little. It's very focused energy. So I feel like it's kind of along those lines of it. You become able to look at it in a much larger scale, and when you look down on it, you can see what's important and what's not. You can see that this, in the large scheme of things, is probably not that huge of a deal, and so you're able to chill or calm, or you recognize that it's just not doable, and that brings you down to chill and calm, because you finally know that you have your answer now. You finally know. But then the next card, that I have for you is the Page of Cups. So I feel like this is a love message coming in, and it could be that there's a, like I said, conflict going on here between these two energies. I feel like one person may be defending their freedom. The other one may be defending their right to have a stable, practical relationship. And then the Queen of Swords and the High Priestess come in and kind of answer the questions of what will work and what won't work in the big picture. But there's a love offer that's coming in, or there's an energy of it's like a new beginning of the love offer. I feel like an apology almost, or somebody coming in to make amends. Like, that's the first thing that pops in my head, is that somebody coming in to make amends. This could also be representative of a child, though. With the High Priestess in front of that, it could be that there's a child involved who is becoming affected by maybe just the general unease, perhaps, if there is some. But it comes in as a pretty innocent energy. And then the next card that I have is the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is a disappointment. It's a heartbreak. But I feel like I don't feel like this is a huge dramatic heartbreak, because this High Priestess is here. I feel like somebody saw it coming. Or maybe both people saw it coming. So I feel like it's a disappointment, and it's a feeling of, perhaps this is recognition that it's not going to work, and that still hurts. Or it could be determining that it's not going to work. Maybe making that choice, because it's not obvious to you, but you make that choice, perhaps. Or this could be you or the other person. Or it really could just be a disappointment. It could just be that this High Priestess is recognizing that things need to elevate in the relationship, like the actual relationship needs to move to the next level. And then this immature Page of Cups energy comes in, and that's not the next level. And so that's the disappointment, is that the expectation or the hope was that they'd rise to the occasion, and they don't, and you're disappointed. So it's not necessarily like a breakup per se. It's just a recognition of things in a different perspective. Maybe even just taking somebody off the pedestal because you recognize they're not perfect. And that could kind of suck because you wanted them to be perfect. But, you know, it's not a major, like, heart-smashing type of a thing. It just kind of sucks. So I feel like that could be this too. Let's clarify a little bit and see what we get. Please clarify this 7 of Wands for Gemini for August 18th through the 31st, 2017. Yeah, High Priestess again. So I feel like you know, like please don't be offended by this. I don't know why it's popped in my head. Please don't be offended. But I feel like she's saying, why are you even watching this right now? Like, why? Because you already know. I feel like somebody is very, and this isn't for all of you, but some of you are very in tune with your intuition here. And you already know what needs to happen. There doesn't even need to be conflict. So you already know. The conflict perhaps has already happened. So let's see. On top of that 7 of Wands too, it could be you have taken a stand in recognition of what it is that you deserve. And you could be rising above it. You could be, you know, in a state of true self-love where you're able to, you know, recognize your self-worth in this situation. And you could be rising above that. And perhaps that is your defensive energy to keep them at bay because you are rising above this right now. Please clarify this 8 of Pentacles for Gemini for love, August 18th through the 31st, 2017. What is this 8 of Pentacles about? Please clarify this 8 of Pentacles for Gemini for love, August 18th. Through the 31st, 2017. Why is this 8 of Pentacles here? Please clarify this 8 of Pentacles for me. For Gemini, for love. Yeah? The 10 of Cups on top of the 8 of Pentacles. So I feel like there's love and it's stable love. I feel like there's been, you know, perhaps a long-term connection to each other because this is stable. It's definitely emotional fulfillment. I feel like somebody in your life gets you. Or this 8 of Pentacles is your energy and you're working towards something. You could be back in school, you could be learning a new job or studying for something very long term. And you could be the one that's defending your right to put your focus over here because this is important long term. And the High Priestess on top of that is saying, yes, it is important long term. You are on the right path. And so that gives you this emotional fulfillment. You know you're going to reach that point because your intuition is telling you you're going to reach that point. So this could be with or without the other person, honestly. Because I feel like this is your energy, what you're building toward. But I do feel like this person is someone who can bring you emotional fulfillment. Could be a water sign for sure. You could be dealing with Scorpio or Pisces or Cancer. So let's see. Let's clarify this Queen of Swords for Gemini for love. August 18th through the 31st, 2017. Why is this Queen of Swords here for the sign of Gemini? Oops. 10 of Wands on top of the Queen of Swords. And then you've got the 10 of Cups on top of the 8 of Pentacles. So I feel like there is a stable connection and emotion or the hope of such in this relationship, or this is you recognizing that you will get to this emotional fulfillment because you're on the right path. But it could be that this Queen of Swords, your energy again comes in with this Ten of Wands on top of it. And the Ten of Wands is representative of somebody who's almost at the finish line. Like, I just have to go a little bit further. And because they're still moving. It's a burden. It's getting, like, they're looking forward to dropping all the wands. Or looking forward to letting go of this weight that they're carrying, but they're almost there, so they're not going to give up. And I feel like that could be you recognizing that, again, you're on the right path, and you know it's going to bring this emotional fulfillment. It might be stressful right now, but you know it's coming. And that's why it's on top of the Eight of Pentacles, because it's this long-term picture. And with that High Priestess, I feel like that backs that energy up. Please clarify this High Priestess for the sign of Gemini for August 18th through the 31st, 2017 for love. The Nine of Cups on top of the High Priestess. So yeah. You know exactly where you're going. You know where you're supposed to go. I feel like a lot of you know exactly where you're supposed to go. Or you're going to get it here real soon. And this Make-A-Wish card is like what you want to have changed. You know how to change it. I feel like that's what she's saying. The things you want to have changed, you already know how to change it. And I feel like she could be saying you don't have to be carrying this huge burden. You already know how to change it. Or it could even be that maybe you're the one who's been non-committal, perhaps. And this Ten of Cups on top of the Eight of Pentacles is telling you to commit. And this, you know, to you it might seem like a burden, or maybe you're fearful of that, or it just doesn't seem comfortable. But then we've got this High Priestess clarified by the Nine of Cups, which is the Wish card. So I feel like that something clicks, something changes. Because you recognize what you want to wish for. It could be that you haven't known what was going to make you happy for a while. Please clarify this Page of Cups here for the sign of Gemini for love for August 8th. Ooh, hi. Justice on top of the Page of Cups. So perhaps somebody's been flirting around and it's coming out. Or somebody's been kind of acting like a little player or like a wannabe player. And it's coming out. Because the Justice is, it's like lighting up everything that's been hidden, kind of. Or forcing people to be honest with themselves. And so there could be some conscience happening too. But I feel like on top of this Page of Cups too, or it could be, again, if there's a child involved, it could be justice coming in because you are face to face with perhaps how this child is being affected by maybe something that's going on that's negative. Or there's something, or perhaps they're just not happy that you're happy with their mom or dad, maybe? Could be that. You could definitely be dealing with a Libra. But again, that can be your energy too. So let's see what this Three of Swords is all about. Please clarify this Three of Swords for a sign of Gemini for August 18th through the 31st. Please clarify this Three of Swords for love for the sign of Gemini for August 18th through the 31st. Please clarify this three. Okay. All right. I see you. Okay. So on top of the Three of Swords, you have the Moon. So this is, the Moon represents confusion. It can represent dishonesty or hidden things. It can also represent your intuition. There's a lot of intuition going on in this reading. So somebody really is recognizing or feeling something very, very powerfully, like an undercurrent of knowing. But with this Nine of Cups on top of the High Priestess, I feel like it's saying that you know what you need to be happy too. And this Justice card could be coming in on top of this Page of Cups saying, and this may not be what you need to be happy. Or the dynamic needs to change. There needs to be a maturity, perhaps. And it could be that the disappointment is maybe because somebody is still too scared to commit. Because the Moon card also can represent when you walk, like when you walk outside at night when it's just the moonlight, all the shadows look bigger. It's a lot scarier than it would be if you walked outside in the daytime. So, because the shadows make everything look so much darker and scarier, and there could be monsters or whatever. And so I feel like that could be that's what the disappointment is like maybe you thought you might make progress and there isn't any. Or it feels like there's not. Or it could be that somebody finds out a lie. I'm not going to lie, I have to say that too. It could be that somebody finds out about a third party situation that's been hidden. Because this Justice card on top of the Page of Cups could also be like somebody's exposed as a player. So let's, with that Moon card there though too, it could be that, again, you might be breaking somebody's heart just figuring out that this isn't right for you. And you may try to exit quietly, and that could be what the Moon is about too. So let me know. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you soon.